The first time we are seeing surveillance video from inside the Washington County Courthouse. It shows Clerk of Courts Brenda Davis involved in a confrontation with sheriff's deputies. The incident happened last November after the president judge issued an order asking Davis to turn over some documents, something she didn't do.
KDKA's Amy Wadas is the first local TV reporter to get a hold of that courthouse video.
The solicitor representing the Washington County Sheriff's Office says the deputies involved did what they were supposed to do and believes the surveillance video speaks for itself. The 10-minute video from November 24th shows Clerk of Courts Brenda Davis leaning against the wall surrounded by Washington County Sheriff's deputies in a hall near the Washington County Courthouse's West Cherry entrance. At one point, you can see Davis moving her cell phone close to the deputies. Then one deputy puts his hand on her arm, and that's when Davis begins sliding down the wall and lays on the floor. EMTs arrive with a stretcher, and she eventually sits up, but she never gets on it. Attorney Pete Marcolin represents the sheriff's office.
The deputies were just there to make sure that there were no issues.
This all started after President Judge John DeSalle issued an order that all juvenile court files be transferred from the Clerk of Court's office to the Juvenile Probation Office. In the order, the judge went on to say that if the Clerk of Courts or a member of her staff refused to do so, the sheriff could immediately detain that person and hold them in contempt. Marcolin says Davis wasn't cooperating with the order.
At some point, it's depicted in other videos that have been released on social media, the vault where the Juvenile Probation Office files were maintained was closed and locked by the Clerk of Courts.
Which he says is why Judge DeSalle made the order.
I'm going to the emergency room.
Now, this is the cell phone video Davis captured during the confrontation. You can hear Davis asking for medical attention.
Okay, well, what hurts?
Addie, my hip.
All right, let's go down and take a seat here.
I can't sit down that way. I have muscle relaxers. I'm on prednisone.
Davis told KDKA during a conversation in November that she considered what happened assault and battery, a violation of her rights, thwarting of justice, a lack of process, and politics at work.
Do you believe there was assault taking place at all?
No. Now that that video has been released, Sheriff Adronis continues to stand by the actions of his deputies. And at the time, now retired Sheriff Samuel Romano stood by the actions of his deputies as well.
The solicitor says the Attorney General's office is investigating. We also reached out to President Judge DeSalle, as well as the court administrator, who both had no comment. However, the judge did schedule a contempt hearing for the end of the month since the Commonwealth Court recently denied Davis's appeal. Meanwhile, Davis's attorney says he will now be taking the matter to the state Supreme Court and hopes to file by the end of this week. Reporting in Washington County, Amy Wadas, KDKA News.